Okay, so this is my Google Hangout on Air to talk about what I've done this past month or this past semester. The company or the business that I was working with in their social media was the LDSBC College Bookstore. So to be honest, what happened was we weren't able to fully create the content calendar to its fullest to get it approved from my boss and her upper hand authority. But I'm going to go over the content calendar to share with you what we did have and what we had prepared, because we were creating quizzes and working on polls to help us see what kind of engagement we can get. And so my plan is to be working with the BYU, the LDSBC College Bookstore next semester as well, to be continuing on since I am an employee there. And so I'm going to share with you my content calendar. And so here, let's see, this was the content calendar for July. We were going to focus here on what we had learned in class. And so July started, we were going to do the People's Day and introduce Kanisha. And then she's a new employee that just started there with us this semester. Our Throwback Thursday, we were going to do Smith Complete History. And we had created this quiz. And so what we're planning on doing is a lot of the quizzes and the things that we weren't able to use this month, we're going to do in September when school starts again. And so the quiz that we had was, which barbecue food are you? And we had like hamburgers, Jell-O, normal good old American things, because that was right before the 4th of July. And so this infographic that we had here is the textbook turnover. We were going to just screenshot this, and Ben had done a really good job. We found out we had we had a gluten-free products come in, and so he created a info or a micrographic for that for celiac disease. And so here it talks about the turnover rate for textbooks, because at the bookstore we sell textbooks. Surprise, surprise. And this meme here is one that I had shared with the class before, and it just hits home because at the bookstore people don't come in just for textbooks. They only come in for textbooks in the beginning of the semester and the end of the semester. What they come in for is the food. We have a lot of food. And so the third day of that week for People's Day was Rachel. Rachel is our manager, our boss. And so we thought it would be fun to have her and introduce her so people could get to know her more. For our trends, we have 2 weeks where we have trends, and we put to be announced because we can't really plan ahead what's going to be trending. Like, for example, if we had done last week, the 30th, well, that's not a trend, never mind. But if we're doing like this coming Thursday, or last Thursday, since we didn't do that, we could have done Cecil the Lion. That's something that's really big and very relevant. And for the 10th, we had a quiz that we just found on BuzzFeed, but we were planning on just making our own polls because we found Pollster, I think that's what it's called. And so we like Quizzer and Pollster because we can track how many people took that quiz and the poll. And then the next one is talking about digital versus ebook. And that one was just a micrographic of, where'd it go? I guess it didn't load, but it's about people preferring textbook versus ebook. Personally, I like the physical book because it's just not the same. This meme here is, these are all out of order. Okay, is getting textbooks for college, of what people, I remember these were really popular, I think my senior year in high school, of what my mom thinks I'm doing, what my friends think I'm doing, what my professors think I'm doing, what I think I'm doing, what I'm really doing. And what they're really doing is running textbooks. Good on them, you know? And then People's Day Hong, he's a Vietnamese guy in one of our coworkers. The Throwback Thursday was going to be when the BC moved to the Triad Center, and that was in July of 2006, so that was fairly recent. We were going to create another quiz. We hadn't gotten that far. And when we talked about Saturday's promotional thing, one thing I learned, and I was talking to my teacher in my 120 class strategy, is he was talking about in retail, it's good and it's pretty easy for retailers to hold contests or things like, so maybe like put a bunch of merchandise in a backpack that we have at the bookstore and see how much they can guess the value is, or just something to create engagement. And it's like we learned the last Google Hangout is like it doesn't have to be like a big cruise where one person wins, but when more people participate in something that's really easy, that takes like 30 seconds, then that can create a lot of engagement and is really successful. No, I want to go back to the screen share. And so back to the content calendar here. So this was an infographic about bookworms, how many times people average reading. This one from the book, I really like this one. This one was, I just thought it was so funny. Because how many times have we watched a movie where we read the book first and we're like, the movie missed this and they missed this, and this was such an important part. Or maybe it's just me. Anyway, People's Day, they were gonna do me. I mean, I'm pretty important. Just kidding. We were just gonna rotate. Same with the trend, same with the quiz. We were gonna figure those out. This was a Mormons infographic that gave like statistics, like this one. How many Mormons wear a CTR ring? They said 60% don't wear it. Favorite song, I'm a Child of God. How many hours per week do you spend on your calling? And so it was just, I thought this was pretty interesting, fun stuff for the LDS. We didn't find a meme yet. I want to look more into creating our own though. I think it's more original. People's Day, we were going to do Ben because Ben is leaving us soon. I don't want to talk about that anyway. And then a Throwback Thursday, Samuel H. Smith dies. And then the 31st, we were going to post this. And we were so excited because we're like, today is Harry Potter's birthday and we can post this. It's the last day of the month and we can start in August to do our content calendar and create content and post content. And then right as we're about to post it, the Wi-Fi goes out and we can't post it. But it's still a really good quiz. I'm certain there's other events and days that we can post it. But the first movie came out 14 years ago. And so we created a quiz, Ben and I, of testing your knowledge. And so I'm pretty disappointed in myself that I should hold myself accountable, that we weren't able to post. I think it's just harder during the summer. There's not a lot of people here, but I know that in the fall it'll be so good, and I'm excited. And I'm excited for what I learned in this class. And yeah, see y'all later. Or I mean, see you now because we're in class together. Okay, bye.